It's Randomonium time, only got 30 minutes for the show. We be thrifting, looking for a story, this is gonna be awesome. Randomonium, 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 Randomonium.
Whoa, what is this?
This is Randomonium, Zach.
But what happened to our desk?
Well, Zach, when we left for so long, they just started getting rid of our stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's been a while. It's what? How long has it been?
I think 10 months since, November, December, that was our last episode.
Man, how
10
freaking
months.
crazy.
Right?
A lot has changed between me and you since,
What?
well, we've done a lot, right? I mean, I went to Los Angeles, California.
Wow.
Yeah, I interned at Awesomeness TV and Viacom.
What'd you do there?
I was basically a production assistant.
Wow.
Worked with some high talent and YouTube people. People out there don't actually care about them, but
Okay.
yeah. What did you do?
I went to London, England, beautiful Europe.
That's
Those
far away.
United Kingdom.
I've heard, at least.
It is. It's an 8-hour
Drive?
drive across the sea there. I miss it a lot. It has a Peter Pan statue that I was quite fond of in Kensington Gardens, so I miss that as well.
America or England?
What?
America or England? Which one would you
right.
choose?
Okay. I was like, probably America.
Thank God.
Right.
That would have been a whole new route we don't need to go down. But that's kind of all old news, right, Chelsey? I mean, let's talk about the new stuff.
Okay. Well, last night was the Super Blood Moon.
The Super Blood Moon. I got to tell you something.
Okay,
so
let's hear.
on Facebook, it was trending, and I kept reading it as Sugar Blood Moon.
Sugar Blood.
And I Googled it, and nothing really popped up.
Do you think there's candy called Sugar Blood?
Oh yeah, right? Can't you make blood out of corn syrup, which is kind of like
put
sugar?
some red dye in there?
Right.
Okay.
So about the moon.
And I decided to stay up because 9 p.m. wasn't too late, wasn't past my bedtime or anything, and I watched
is that
it
a
happen.
bedtime for people?
I don't.
There's a person on our crew. Her name's Cassie Gomez. Her bedtime in college. This will impress even community members.
Right.
In college, her bedtime is 10 p.m. I don't even think about bed. I'm like, okay, now that I've got back to my room at 10 p.m.,
Right.
what do? I have to start homework, right?
Homework.
Oh, Cassie, we still have to talk to her about that.
Right.
But
Get her the right way.
get her the right way.
Join the club.
Join the club where we're happy and crazy. Talking about the moons, do you remember moon pies?
Mother didn't let me eat those.
Right, it wasn't healthy. Moon pies, though, I don't know if that's bad. Moon pies were kind of like the Twinkies of childhood, right? You knew they weren't good for you.
Right.
But you're like, but they're so cloudy and good.
You crave some?
I did crave them last night. There was a lot of moon talk, and I honestly don't really care about the moon, but I do care about moon pies.
Well, besides your cravings, the blue moon,
Blue moon.
the blood moon was pretty awesome. And if you miss it, you should do some Googling to find some images.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah. And while you're Googling, you should check out Burger King's new Whopper bun for Halloween.
It's freaking black. Black as ash, almost.
Right. It's pretty, I don't know if it looks tasty.
You know what it
It
reminds
might
me?
look, I don't know. Some people.
It reminds me of the old ketchups that were purple and I don't know, what were the
Green.
other Green,
Right? Green
There's
ketchup.
some promotional deal. The 90s kids, right? It's on every list that BuzzFeed's ever made. It's
Right.
back when I was in the 90s kid. But it was weird, but we still enjoyed it because it tastes like ketchup. So I'm sure the bun still tastes like bun.
I don't know either. But would you eat it?
Man, would I eat it? Yeah, probably. I mean, right? It's just a
okay,
bun.
yeah.
We just got to get over the visual.
It's odd, but I like the effort.
Yeah. Speaking of odd effort, the Fast and the Furious series just released that they are starting a trilogy, and so it's not going to end very fast, but maybe it'll be furious. I mean, we've lost Paul Walker. Sorry.
Right.
Moment of
Well,
silence. Thank you. All right. Let's talk about the trending. The big trending.
Right. Okay. So we have Corey Taylor, lead singer of Slipknot, lending his voice for the alien for Doctor Who.
And speaking of Doctor Who, we've got Chance Johnson, a Doctor Who fan inside and out. And also we've got the nicest man on campus, James Ekene.
So let's go to commercial break, but after that, Chance Johnson. So stay tuned.
Don't leave, please. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor Who?
Ah! We've got Chance here for our first interview of the season. He is a Doctor Who fan, like unbelievably amounts. All the things that you see here are supplied by him. This is a hat that will be explained later. This is a scarf that hopefully will be explained later.
And these are sonic sunglasses.
Are those actual special glasses?
Yeah, they use hypersonic sound waves to manipulate matter.
All right.
Wow. Okay, so welcome freshman Chance Johnson, dressed as the 12th Doctor. Tell us where you're from, Chance, and what you're studying.
I'm going to drop the accent there now.
Okay.
I am from Nashua. It's a small little town about an hour north of the Waterloo Cedar Falls area, so the UNI area, roughly.
You were there.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
slightly born and raised there.
Slightly
from first
older
grade.
than me. I just missed him.
Yes, you did. Back then I was an idiot. Not that anything's changed.
Weren't we all?
So go ahead and explain your majors.
Majors, well,
It doesn't make sense to me.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense to anyone, really. I am, I'm going into chemistry and theater. So with chemistry, you've got the science. I'm good at chemistry. I understand atoms and electrons and all that sort of stuff. But theater is more of a passion. So I have chemistry for my brain and theater for my heart. And I go into one or the other eventually.
That was
So-
adorable.
Cool.
That was like a poem. I've got chemistry for the brain. Theater for
Write
the
it down. Write it down. You'll use it later in life.
I will.
Chemistry and theater.
Let's get off the majors and talk about what this stuff is. Explain what Doctor Who is in general. Give it a treatment.
Okay, so to kind of summarize, the Doctor is an alien, first off. He looks human, but he's an alien, from the planet Gallifrey. He is from the species known as Time Lords. They have the ability to travel through time and space in their time machines that are called the TARDIS, which is Time and Relative Dimensions in Space. It's an acronym. So that's just kind of the basics of the Doctor. But the show, Doctor Who, is a question because he never gives his name. He is only known as the Doctor. And he travels around time and space being just generally a hero. He saves people, fights monsters, wins, saves the day and all that. He usually travels with 1 to 2 companions who are usually human from the modern day, usually a young woman to kind of counteract the old man style. So it can be when the actor who plays the Doctor is younger, which has happened, the relationship between Doctor and companion could be more like boyfriend-girlfriend or brother-sister. When it's older, it's obviously father-daughter, grandfather-granddaughter style. And the show's been on since 1963, so it's been on for over 50 years. The TARDIS, his time machine, looks like a 1963 British police box, which is actually a real thing. They had phone kiosks for police before they actually had a bunch of automobiles, like all the cars, before they had walkie-talkies and radios and stuff. If they found a criminal, they would lock them inside until they could have enough police to escort the criminal to jail. There is a pulled open door on the left side that has all the information about the police on it.
Hold open. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right there. There's a little phone right there. I don't know if they can see that.
Figured it out.
Right there? Yeah. That's because these would usually be hooked up to the landline, so they would be able to call the station, or if a passerby saw something happen, like a normal, regular person, they could call the police from there. Since they were around a lot in 1963, the Doctor's time machine disguised itself as that. Now, the TARDIS has this thing called a chameleon circuit, but it does not work anymore. It got stuck looking like that box in 1963 during the first episode, and it's been stuck like that ever since. The ship's bigger on the inside, obviously. You can't have like 5 or 6 people crammed into a tiny box like that. The room inside is usually giant. There's a center control area, and they travel through time and space in a junky old time machine. Those things right there, which I have one on my own, yes. These are the sonic screwdrivers of the show. You've got the classic one.
Classic. Define what classic means?
From the series between 63 and 89. There was a gap until 96, and they had a movie, and then they had a gap again until 2005, and that's the new series, and that's what's been on since.
What's Chelsey got over there?
That's actually one I made on my own.
Ooh.
This one is the latest one that is on the show.
So silent, but just like
Yeah.
moving with Doctor Who.
So the sonic screwdriver is a small little Time Lord technology device that can manipulate matter with sonic sound waves. This means it can do anything from light a fire to lockpick doors, hack computers, reattach barbed wire. It can do essentially anything except kill things, and it does not work on wood.
Well, look at
This
that.
kid knows things.
You have a very important question before this Doctor Who thing goes on.
Right. Our question for the season is, would you ride a flamingo?
No, they smell.
You smelled the flamingo?
They smell bad.
Oh, I smell bad.
No, they smell bad.
Oh. I'm glad he
Bad.
clarified between me. Do you want to do a quick quiz before we let him go?
Well, he
You
pretty
did.
much answered all of them.
I mean,
Like,
you did an amazing job at explaining what Doctor Who
I
was.
do know
Like,
the show.
You do, and you own all
like
this fancy
he
stuff.
told us what TARDIS stands for,
Yes, he did.
right? Who was the first Doctor? Can you give me the
William
actor?
Hartnell.
Yeah. Okay. And what Doctor are we number are we currently on?
We are currently on the 14th incarnation, the 13th different actor to play the Doctor, and the 12th incarnation of the Time Lord who calls himself the Doctor.
That is phenomenal.
Right. And was there, when I was looking up questions, is there one sonic screwdriver? Was there a Doctor who didn't use one?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, the first one, the 6th one, technically had something that was called a sonic lance. The 7th one, otherwise, most of them usually have something like
And
that.
that's what I got. Yeah.
Boom.
He's correct.
We'd love to keep you on. Unfortunately, Doctor Who is, what do you say, how many seasons? 12
How many what?
seasons? Do they not have seasons?
Oh, they have seasons, but there's way more than 12.
All right, a lot of seasons, so we can't stay here forever. We're going to go ahead and transition over to James Ekene, but we got your mini episode going. This guy is a crazy YouTube mini fan episode guy, and you're about to watch one of his videos. Check it out, Chance Johnson at YouTube. Check it out.
Stick around.
What's this? A presence. Oh, he's here. Time to make plans for my escape, but not before I leave the Doctor with a little parting gift.
Maybe he's here and maybe he isn't. Though, personally, I would prefer not finding out. Ooh, running now. What are you? not possible, not possible, no. This is what brought me here. Think. Oh. No, that's impossible. No. That's not possible. But if this is a TARDIS, then that means the ferryman is a Time Lord.
The tension! Dun dun dun!
What's gonna happen?
Who was that? Okay. That was Chancellor Johnson. He's got a YouTube channel. That was one of his mini-series. You should check it out. But more importantly, who do we have right here?
Well, we are lucky to have James Ekene from Nigeria, who
Right? Nigeria?
has an enjoyable story. Wow, you were good. Yeah, he did. He looked up information about you.
Yes. See, we know where you're from. I
Not
also just
stalker,
asked him
right.
10 minutes before the show.
He
Go
has
ahead.
enjoyable stories and a wonderful sense of fashion. Just sure.
Thank you.
He normally, he'll destroy anybody on this field that is the campus. And if you ask him where he gets his clothes, it's not going to be in America, so don't even try.
Don't go to Walmart.
Don't go to Walmart. It doesn't get close to Walmart. Go ahead, Chelsey.
So first off, let's hear what's your major and what's your favorite organization on campus?
My major is computer science. I'm a computer science major, and I love it so far. And I intend to stick with that. And my favorite organization, choir.
Choir.
Yeah, I love to sing, and that's also something that's part of me.
You a bass?
Yes, bass.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems obvious, right?
I could be a bass.
You could be a bass?
I was
Let's
put
hear
a,
your
No,
low. Okay.
I'm not gonna do it.
She's sick. You could do it.
I
Where did you grow up, and then how did you find yourself? Kind of explain the story of how you found BB.
So, I'm from Nigeria, West Africa, and yeah, I've been there for 18 years. And so when I got done with high school, I was thinking, and I thought to myself that I don't want to go to college in Africa. So I just want to go out somewhere and just leave the continent and go out somewhere and explore and see how it is outside. And I mean, even though it wasn't, I was thinking about it, but I couldn't see the possibility of that happening. So I went for it. I had a determination to do it, and so that was actually what was more important. And I wrote an exam, IELTS, and I did great on the exam. After I waited for a year after my high school, I completed high school in 2012. And then I waited for a year, and then I went over to Ghana. And I stayed in Ghana for a year as well.
May I ask why you went to Ghana?
Yes. So I had to go over to Ghana because I needed to work with the organization that would connect me to go over to the country of my choice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it was kind of difficult to do it in Nigeria, so I had to go over to Ghana. And yeah, when I moved over to Ghana, and I stayed there for a year, and I worked with this organization that actually works with BV to help recruit students from Ghana to BV. So there's this particular person that works with the admissions, and they help recruit students from Ghana to BV. And so technically they had me as a Ghanaian the first time I was here, but I'm not a Ghanaian, I'm a Nigerian.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And I just was like, I just picked. I just looked and picked. I didn't have to go and leave the country or anything.
So, how big is your family?
I have 6 other siblings. Yeah. And the first child of the family, he is a graduate from the University of Ghana. He has a degree in accounting and mathematics. And the second child, he's studying computer engineering in China right now. And it's going to be done next year. And the third child of the family, and also the fourth one, they're back home with my dad and helping my father in his business. And here I'm here with you. And then I have my kid brother is in high school right now. Also, the last child, who happens to be the only girl, she's also in high school. So yeah.
Gotcha. So we've talked on a personal level, and you were talking about how you don't really, you haven't been back, right? Once you left the country,
right.
And explain that situation, why haven't you been back to visit? Expenses, those kind of things, or?
Yeah. So when you check and you see the the exchange rate of like the naira to the dollar is outrageous. It's something else, and you don't want to like actually consider that. And it's gonna be so expensive for me to go back home. It's like gonna cost like if I'm gonna do it right now to get a return ticket, it's gonna be like $3,500 or $4,000 to go back home and back. So I don't think I want to do that.
Right.
I don't think I want to do that. So I'd rather just stay. I mean, don't get me wrong, I miss my family, I miss my parents, and I want to go home. But you know, when you look at it, it's not actually worth it. So I would rather just stay here than actually go back home.
Because that's like, is that a one-way, or is it like a round trip?
That's a round trip.
Okay. Yeah, that's still like an insane amount of money. We're gonna go ahead and switch it up. We'll get less personal now. But according to your Facebook profile, whatever the heart of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now that's your favorite quote, right?
Right.
Why? What triggers your heart in that sense?
Well, I just feel like there's a lot of things happening, and people don't seem to understand why some things that are happening. And so I feel like if you want something to happen for you, or if there's something you're expecting, that's actually what triggered my determination to want to come to the United States, or just go somewhere else and study. You see, because I believed in myself, and I believe that this thing can happen. It doesn't even matter what is happening right now around me, but I just believe it can happen. And so I had it thought out already. And so I believed in myself. I believed that it was possible. And so it happened.
I like that I jokingly put that question in,
Right.
and then somehow that quote went right back into what we were talking about. Chelsea's got
Right.
such
Real
an
quickly
important
here.
question.
Would you ride a flamingo?
Maybe not.
Oh.
I probably wouldn't do it.
Why? I always want to know why.
Okay, I think I tried something like that when I was on a retreat, but I didn't like it because it was really scary, and so I just wouldn't try it again.
Right.
That is a
Okay.
perfect answer.
So we're gonna play a game right after this.
Yes.
Keep watching after the commercial break, and we will be playing. What is that?
Now that we've gotten the chance to meet our wonderful guests, we thought it would be a perfect time to play. What is that? Oh my God, what is
So,
that? Go ahead and
One of
explain
our
the rules.
guests is already blindfolded, and so now they're going to come up and they're going to stick their hand down on the table and feel around for some kind of object, and they're going to have to guess what object or objects they are touching. So Chance gets to go first.
All right, Chance, we're going to walk you on. You're blindfolded. Well, not blindfolded. It's more of like a mugging situation at this point.
Yeah,
don't put your hands on anything. So you're going to identify 3 objects. Once you've labeled those, you can be released. What's important is that it's on a table, but it's also on another thing. That is part of the object. So go ahead and start.
What the heck? Definitely tortilla chips
Okay, that's good enough. That's one.
Close.
with what is that?
You can use both hands if you want.
I don't want to. Ugh.
What do we got? What do you got? What's it on?
Well, it's definitely on a plate.
Well, not technically. Here, you can.
Okay.
Here, there you go.
First of all,
There you go. What is that? What are you holding there?
what the heck? What is this? I really don't know.
Oh gosh. Okay. Take your final guesses here.
Okay,
Before you
it's
spray it everywhere.
it's probably sour cream. I can't.
Okay,
Oh,
go
okay,
ahead. We'll take
okay.
you out before. It's whipped cream,
Oh,
chips,
it was cream.
and a record play. Or a
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
All right.
How was I supposed to know it was a
Yes.
record?
We're going to bring on the next one. Chance, go ahead and go here.
Where do I go?
You're going to go this way.
Oh.
Go ahead and start her up. Feel her up. Feel her up. What is that? What are you feeling? Okay, spoon's
Okay.
one. Here, I'll move that out of the way for you.
Is it like the R?
That is an R. Now, what's it covered in?